Really, thank you so much. I almost gave up hope. We may have a whole station of scientists and engineers, but the piano tuner for classical instruments? Impossible to find.
That's a beautiful instrument you've got here.
Right? An authentic, classical, old earth piano. I mean, a replica, of course, but really accurate. Fully analog. No AI or anything. Guys from Mechanical couldn't make head or tail of it. I was ecstatic when you answered the job listing I posted. Even if getting you through all our security so quickly was a nightmare. Hope they didn't give you a hard time with all the checks and verifications.
So, why the urgency? Are you playing it for some occasion?
Oh no, God no. I wouldn't know how to approach this, thing. It's for my daughter, Michelle. She loves music. Started playing vintage instruments when she was a baby.
Your daughter? I thought there were no children on this station.
Oh, there aren't any. The rules are quite strict about that. With all the biological research we're doing, this place is not a great fit for kids. She got accepted into Next a year ago, which allowed my wife and me to take this assignment without, well, leaving her all along. And we still get to see her a couple times a year. She arrives for her birthdays 3 days from now. The piano is a gift. Can't believe she's 15 already.
Next. That's an educational program for future genius scientists, right? Run by Kenko? Really hard to get into?
Exactly! We've been so proud. And a bit torn. The thought of our daughter becoming a musician instead of simply following our footsteps was refreshing. But she still has time to reconsider. What about you? Ever regretting your choice of career?
What do you mean?
Well, you're a former military, right? And you repair things for a living. And yet, that melody back there was beautiful. There must be a story behind it.
My father was an architect, guided me to arts. I've taken to music rather easily. Mom was a military investigator. Came from a long line of professional soldiers, including my grandfather. He was a war hero, back from the Centauri Wars. I grew up on his tales. In the end, my military blood has won.
Still, do you regret it? The path you took?
Most of the time, I don't. We all make choices, right? And I think I made some difference in the world with mine. But some days... Some days, I wish I had chosen music.
It's happening tomorrow. Kenning says be ready.
I will be.
Hey, can we talk? I'm kinda nervous. Big thing tomorrow. Got me thinking. You know, if it's the right way.
I'm not alone.
Oh.
Listen, kid, you need to get some sleep. And if you still have concerns tomorrow, just talk with Kennings, alright? You'll be okay.
Jet?
Yeah, says we're on. Kid seemed even twitchier than usual.
Can't say I blame him. Tomorrow's gonna be... big. Hey, look who's on TV again.
The search continues for the eco-terrorist group, the Vanguard, believed to be the perpetrators behind the horrible tragedy on Steinberg 52. The Vanguard first came into prominence during the Agri-Food Riot 7 years ago, when they sabotaged transport ships with relief supplies. However, the recent attack on the peaceful scientific colony of Steinberg 52 is believed to be their most infamous act yet. The sabotage of the colony's electric grid caused a massive fire that left no survivors. So far, only 2 members of the Vanguard were positively identified. Mark Ronan Kennings, believed to be the leader of the group, and Lee Kiborg Morgan, the main suspect in the Steinberg 52 case. Both men are former soldiers who, according to our medical sources, suffer from complex mental disorders and systemic drug abuse.
They're really dragging you through the mud, huh? Still, cute photos.
Photos make our job tomorrow more difficult. Even on the strike team. More territory we'll cover without shooting, the better chance we'll have of pulling it off.
Damn. They still haven't put it out? That building has been burning for hours.
What do you expect? It's a trash heap. Whole city's just a pile of trash. Produced by those shining lights high in the sky. Lumina Interstellar, one of the hugest spaceports in the galaxy. Who cares when trash is getting burned?
You're still thinking about that colony.
Wouldn't you?
Nah. You saw a number on the screen, Lee. A fire from orbit. Maybe some pictures on the news. And it wasn't even your fault. We couldn't know how Kenko's automated security would react to an attempt to steal their data. And me? I'm a sniper. I see the faces of the people I shoot. I see their eyes. All the stuff that happens when I pull the trigger. It's personal, you know. And then it's suddenly not. Somewhere along the road, you stop caring. So we're going high up in that sky tomorrow, and we're going to unleash that virus you managed to steal in the interstellar spaceport. And I couldn't care less. Now, come back to bed, Morgan. You need rest.
You have an interesting concept of rest.
During the press conference yesterday, Stephen Darbus has confirmed his plans to personally check the safety protocols and living conditions on all of the 216 remaining Kenko colonies and outposts. The CEO of Kenko, now 131 years old, seems adamant and uncompromising in his quest to restore his company's reputation after the tragedy on Steinberg 52. Previously this month, Kenko has redoubled their efforts.
They were too slow in the draw.
Everyone is slower on the draw than you, Mark. Even me.
I had a silencing field turned on. It's a hell of a handicap. Still... Cobras 1 and 2 are in position.
Hedgehogs 1 and 2 in position. Executing the burrow.
Ants 1, 2, and 3 are in position. Spider 1, in position. The web is deployed.
Watcher in position. Watcher has been in position for 3 hours. And yes, everything is clear. The bird has arrived.
You can speak freely, guys. The comms are clean.
The burrow is successful. We're now in control of the valves.
Ants here. All set on our end too.
Alright team, this is it. Once we confirm that Darbus is on board, we're going to release the virus. Everyone here has been vaccinated to the best of our knowledge. But I want you all to use the mask just as a precaution. And even then, there are risks. Risks you all knew about, and still decided to go through with it. I owe you all my gratitude. No, not just me. Humanity owes you their gratitude. Even if it doesn't know it yet. Stopping Kenko here saves countless lives. It saves planets, the whole star systems. And it does at a great cost for us all. But I am proud.
Something is wrong.
Come again, Watcher.
They finished unloading the bird, but Darbus isn't on board. Neither are the twins.
Watcher, are you sure?
Yes, they're closing the gates. Everyone left, but the higher-ups are not there.
This doesn't make any sense. We know it's the right ship. It's arrived on schedule. And Darbus was on board when it left the dock. Why would he miss the...
I see movement. Civilian clothing, but funny behavior patterns. Special forces by the look of them, and they're everywhere. Mark, we need to abort.
No! We'll never get another chance like that! Even if we don't get Darbus, releasing his virus gives us a chance to prove their crimes!
At the cost of what casualties, Mark?
Shit! There!
Spider! Spider! Hedgehog! Ants! What's going on?
It's set! We're under attack! Ramirez is dead! There! I don't like it. Mark, Lee, get out of there. I'll come.
Kim! No! Kim! Fuck! Fuck those bastards! I'm releasing it now!
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Mark.
Lee? You... This is how they knew. You're the mole!
Step away from the console, Mark. I won't warn you again.
I don't understand. How could you? How could you betray your friends? Family? And for what? For Kenko? After what they did to your daughter?
What happened to Sharon was a tragedy, Mark. But it was a medical mistake. Even if I wanted to blame a whole corporation for her death, killing thousands, if not millions of innocent people is not a good way to honor her memory.
Doesn't add up. This couldn't be a sanctioned op. We checked. You weren't in any system.
It was Volkov's idea. He approached me after Sharon died 2 years ago. He said that my old war buddy's going to kill a lot of innocent people if we don't stop him, and that this'll be the only way. There was no information trail. Volkov was the only one who knew.
So what? Kenko will keep going unopposed? Making deadly viruses? Profiting on the suffering of whole planets? Growing stronger?
Oh, please. I intercepted your communications 3 days ago. I know who you work for, Mark. It was never about saving lives. It was about corporate warfare, and we were bloody mercenaries, doing the dirty work for the corporations. I just simply happened to work for a different corporation than you.
So, what now? You going to shoot your best friend in the back?
I could raise the question of, are we still friends after this? But pragmatically, what other choice do I have? Face to face? We both know that I'd never won a draw.
As such, it is concluded that the burden for the destruction of the Steinberg 52 colony rests squarely on one individual, Mark Ronin Kennings. Kennings knew that the virus uploaded to the Steinberg's mainframe will cause the global power failure and subsequent fire that claimed the lives of all the colony's inhabitants. Mr. Morgan has acted in a good faith without any knowledge of terrorist plans. His actions, while still potentially making him an accessory to the crime, are covered by the parameters of operation accepted by this administration. As part of the agreement, Mr. Morgan remains honorably discharged from the military service under the Social Security Protocol A4. This concludes our committee's investigation into the matter.
Thank you, Senor Bianchi. Now, if there aren't any other questions...
Oh, sit your double ass down. There is still at least a matter of corporate warfare, clear evidence of which was brought to light by Mr. Morgan's deep investigation.
Oh, that matter. It's actually already settled. Tendrigal Limited admits to hiring the Vanguard group as part of our intelligence gathering initiative. Of course, we never even suggested that the group in question should commit any of the heinous crimes it's accused of. Tendrigal Limited has entered into standard damage.
Mr. Morgan, weren't you instructed to turn off your phone?
Sorry, Chancellor. I was sure I did.
As I was saying, Tendrigal Limited has entered into standard damage negotiations with Kenko Group, and the deal has been made. It's all good.
From our side, Kenko won't be pressing any charges against anyone. Our founder and CEO, Mr. Darbus, is eager to leave all those misunderstandings behind us.
That's bloody convenient. A chain of terrorist acts, the whole colony dead, and all the blame rests with a single man.
But isn't convenience a blessing, Chancellor? The whole situation was a mess. It could remain a mess, but it isn't. Why not leave it at that?
I don't expect the concept of justice to mean anything to you, but...
Pam! Let it rest. It's noon already.
Damn! What about you, Mr. Morgan? You look like you have something to say.
Lee?
It's okay, General. The situation you are all referring to was a military op. Do I regret that things turned out the way they did? Yes. But this is the reality of combat. It's hard for me to hear that in the end, my dead friend is the one to blame for everything that happened. But if this is the decision of the Investigative Committee, I'm not the one to question it. Now, if you excuse me, I still have the relationships with my family that need repairing, if that's even possible at this point.
Spoken like a true soldier. He's not dead, though.
What?
Well, you just said, my dead friend. Clearly referring to Mark Kennings, right? And he's not actually dead. Not for your lack of trying. Don't take it personally, pal.
What's the meaning of this?
I wasn't briefed.
Listen, I fail to see how this is relevant. Yes, while Mr. Kennings was indeed dead, when we recovered his body, our reanimation procedures were ultimately successful. As he was the enemy combatant, his body actually belonged to Kenko. So the following fate of this body shouldn't be of anyone's concern.
And it probably wouldn't, if you haven't lost the body in question.
Oh, God.
How do you even... Alright, fine. We are, in fact, confused about the current whereabouts of Kenning's body, as well as his vital activity.
We demand an explanation, immediately. This is not the kind of information one can withhold.
This is taking forever. Allow me. Mark Kenning's profile identified him as the perfect specimen for our R0414 program. The experimental regeneration serum was applied, revived the body, but not the mind. We were transferring him between facilities when he killed the guards and escaped. We now think that the mind was restored. It simply happened more slowly.
When? When did he escape? 3 weeks ago. But I don't see how...
Lee! Shit!
General! We're not finished here. Return!
Let them go, Pam. Morgan and Kennings. They have unfinished business. And last I checked, Lee Morgan technically killed the family of Mark Kennings. This doesn't sound like a story that's gonna have a happy ending.
Lee, slow down for a second.
I don't have a second, General. Mark knows me. He knows where my family lives.
True. And my car is parked right outside. It will be faster if I drive.
This is Elizabeth Morgan. Looks like I missed your call, so leave a message after the beep. Beep!
Liz, it's me. Listen, I know you don't want to hear me, but you and Andre are in danger. If you are at home, grab him and run. Call me as soon as you can.
Still no answer?
No.
Fuck!
It's not your fault, Lee. And I'm sorry. If I knew what those shitheads were about to do, I would have stopped them. I should never have dragged you into this. We're nearly there. Eliza?
No. It's that hidden number again.
Finally. I thought you'd never pick it up. Third time's the charm, it seems.
Mark!
So how's Liz? Still not answering your calls?
Mark, let's talk about this. You're not going to just...
Oh, I am, Lee.
I'm going to murder your family. Same as you've murdered mine. The next time we meet, I'm gonna shoot you like you shot me. The difference is, I give you the courtesy of warning. And when I'm shooting you, we're gonna do it face to face. An honest draw. Eye for an eye, Lee. The oldest form of justice.
Mark! No!
See you around, Lee.
Thank you for doing this, Lee. There's no other I can trust.
You know why I'm here, General. To get to him.
And we'll get him, son. This is an evolving crisis. Rumors are Kenko CEO is going to visit the planet in the next couple of days. Ronan should see it as the perfect opportunity. But we need to get to Ashley first, you understand? To ensure her safety. She's everything I have left.
General, glad you could make it. This is Ashanti Benoit from the administration. She's in charge of all the civilian aspects of this operation.
My pleasure. Lee, this is Ironim Novak. Ironim is in charge of the security on site and is an old friend. Ron, Miss Benoit, this is Lee Morgan. I'm afraid you know him by reputation.
It is so, but I completely trust your judgment, General. Colonel Morgan, sorry for your loss. Please, this way, gentlemen. I'm afraid we don't have... Due to security concerns, we've separated the colony into 4 vertical sections. Each section is directly connected only to its neighbors. It's going to be a bit of a walk. We are now in the administrative and security area. If anyone wants to leave the planet, they can only do it from here. No shuttles are allowed outside the bounds, and all exits close to the ground floor are effectively sealed. We keep most of the security force here to avoid disturbing the general population.
This place looks like a temple or a tomb.
It's a quick nano build, I'm afraid, and the architectural palette is somewhat limited. This is the same AI we used during Frontier Wars. The Book of Trinity was rather popular there. Hard not to develop some amount of faith when you see whole stars split and torn by weapons of man.
You fought on the frontier then?
Affirmative. Most of the hardpoint security is recruited from war veterans with vast combat experience. As you are well aware, Kenko has very limited internal security.
And a lot of ties with hardpoint. Experimental weapons, implants, stims.
Exactly. Which is why we cover extreme security operations such as this.
So, how exactly extreme is the situation?
What do you know about PAI, Mr. Morgan?
Not much. It stands for potential alien activity, right?
Just so, and it's measured in distinct levels. Originally, humans were notably disappointed when, upon finally reaching the stars, we didn't discover any alien races. Moreover, even non-sentient alien life in general was less exotic and diverse than we previously envisioned. As such, most of the carefully developed PAI classification remains unused. At the level 1 of PAI, we suspect the previous presence of a potentially sentient alien life in the past, now lost somewhere in geological layers of a given planet. At level 2, there is at least some definite proof of an alien presence in the past. Sunken ruins, artificially made tools. We are currently at level 3, the level at which we see alien artifacts actively interacting with humans and machines.
This is science and medical, hastily established and not a moment too soon.
This mining facility operates for just about a year. At the beginning,
It was generally considered a failure, bringing only 37% of the expected metals and minerals. So, the development was rather slow. As you could see from the shuttle, only one living complex is fully operational. It only recently became clear that the ground in the mines was unusually treacherous due to alien ruins lying not too deep underneath.
Of course, there are protocols for this kind of thing. The boundaries for an archaeological site were established, and the mining operation changed course. This is when both science and administrative areas started to form.
And it was?
2 months ago. Regrettably, the boundaries were wrong.
3 weeks ago, one of the miners came in contact with a crystal of an unknown origin in the ruins. He didn't actually touch it, but the crystal nevertheless activated. The miner became patient zero.
Is he still alive?
In a sense, sir. He's non-responsive, and his physiology no longer even resembles anything, really. He's kept in a very strict quarantine.
So, this is what? A virus outbreak? Is the area below us a quarantine zone? What about an archaeological site?
It's not that simple.
Oh, so they haven't told you the best part yet? There are no viruses here. No infection at all. In fact,
they have no earthly idea what's going on.
So, Reverend Earhart, I heard you did a great job keeping the peace here at lower levels when things got worse.
General, please. I keep telling you, Reverend Earhart is my father, who, along with my mother, did much more than me to keep this place nice and quiet. Call me Jabari.
The Reverend's family are there as independent advisors from the Star League. Their help is most welcome, of course.
Damn, this tower is huge.
Yeah, it's here, in living and recreation, where you get the scope of things, isn't it? How'd y'all like administrative and security, by the way? Looks like a tomb, if you ask me.
You don't have temples in the cosmic congregation?
Celestials? No! Man can hear the call of the great cosmos wherever he is currently standing.
It may not look like it from here, but the whole place is a powder keg. Uncertainty breeds fear. Fear fuels anger.
So, you really don't know how this affliction spreads?
We did all kinds of tests known to science. Applied thousands of prediction models. Whatever's changing the people, it moves in unpredictable patterns and is completely untraceable. We don't know how to prevent this. People are starting to morph without ever coming into contact with the other afflicted. And those in contact feel fine. Nothing protects against it. There's no discernible logic.
If we could, we'd evacuate the planet, but the orders were to keep everyone here, unless it's absolutely necessary for them to leave.
There is no official quarantine, though.
Well, there are no viruses or other infections, so there are no formal causes for it. And it would stir things up even more than they already are.
I'm afraid that the last stretch of the road will be a bit difficult. There is a mob forming between us and the elevator to the mines. It'll be advisable to wait here for a bit. Additional security forces are due to arrive in 10 minutes.
Nonsense! Sure, it's a bit crowded, but these are good people. No need to make them more nervous than they already are. Let's just keep a brisk pace, alright? Fascists!
Fascists!
You're keeping us here against our will! Torturing us! Whoa, whoa! Calm down, folks. Lucy, I saw you there. There are better ways to dispose of bad food, and we should talk to your parents about them. Josh, I just forwarded to you an excellent article about actual fascism, and will gladly discuss it later. Peter, are you describing your marriage?
Gods, you weren't joking. This place really is a powder keg.
Thank you for your help, Reverend.
No thanks are necessary. I told you, these are good people. It's just, folks from administration aren't really welcome in these parts. Not after you sealed up the exits.
We're going down. Will you be safe here?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm coming with you.
That's impossible.
Nah. Let me stop you right there. As you said, my family are the independent advisors of the Star League.
I gather. The General is here for Ashley Whisper, leader of the archaeology team. I'm somewhat of a fan of her work.
Miss Whisper did some exceptional research for the Celestial Archives in the past, you see? You're going to extract her, so you think that something is going to happen, and soon. And if something is going to happen down there, I should be able to observe that and, well, advise.
You don't understand. There are protocols.
Ron, we don't have time for this. Let the Reverend join us.
Splendid! To our final descent, then. And you didn't hear it from the man of faith, but something tells me this is gonna be a hell of a ride.